you so much for joining. If you are watching the replay, and for everybody who is here live, hello, happy Tuesday. Let me get everything refreshed. We are in a new space, trying a different spot in the apartment, hopefully to have better reception. And not an echo. Amateur over here. My function button pushed, so the mute wasn't working. Hello, happy Tuesday. Let me know down in the comments, what are you drinking? I am still working on my water. Still working on my water. Oh, Rebecca, I love that. You worked out a compromise so that you get Wednesdays and he gets Sundays. That works out very well. Very well. Oh, look at all this water. Trying to get our water in. After going out to eat so many times over the weekend, I need some water. I need to replenish my body for sure with water. Eating beef stew. Ooh, that sounds delicious, Victoria. Fancy water. Haley, what does fancy water entail? Let me know. Are you one of the people, let me know, do you like things in your water? I know a lot of people talk about ways to make water different, fancy, to help you drink more, and that's just not my problem. I don't like water with something in it because it just tastes like watered down juice to me, and that just doesn't taste good. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. Water with Crystal Light. Yeah. Crystal Light's different, I guess, than like the people who say like they put fruit or lemon or lime or whatever in their water. Crystal Light's got a little bit more flavor, but I don't like things in my water. I don't know. That's just me. I like plain water. Lemon. Yeah. Sometimes I'll put lemon in my water at a restaurant and they bring you like a whole thing of lemons, but I never do it at home, ever. Wine. Jessica, you deserve it. You deserve all of the wine. Okay, Haley, just lemon and lime. All right, Danielle, I'm not alone. I'm not alone in the plain water camp. Thanks for letting me feel like I'm not alone. All right, y'all. What questions do you have? It is Wednesday. It is time for all of the questions. I'm gonna scoot you up a little bit so you're a little bit closer. I don't need to see as much of my gray shirt. Has to be room temperature. Eileen, that's super interesting. I actually can't stand room temperature water. I struggle in other parts of the world where they don't do water with ice. I need ice in my water. How's work in NYC going? Any different now that you're back? No, Tina. Work's basically the same now that I'm back. Still busy, still a lot going on. Good busy, like in a good way. The project that I've been working on basically all year is still chugging forward. We haven't hit any crazy major roadblocks or snags yet, so that's been really good. Just back to working on from 9 to 5. I mean, I'm working the same hours in my like coworkers' eyes as I was back when I was in Texas, but for me, I'm working 9 to 5 instead of 8 to 4, which is it's just different. It's just different. Yeah, I used to say, it's funny, I used to say that I really, really wish that somebody would let me work like 7 to 3. That I'm a morning person and I'm so much more productive, and if somebody in the office would let me work 7 to 3, I would sign up to do that in a heartbeat. I take that back because I am a morning person, but I like that time to myself in the morning. I would rather have those hours be for me and things that I want to work on, working out, cleaning, goals, whatever it is, rather than working my 9 to 5 job. So I actually am much happier in that regards, being back on the East Coast and having a lot more time to myself without having to get up as early in the morning, rather than just having this be like ready to go at 8 a.m. Just a fun fact. Ava, if you don't use a weekly planner next year, will you stop using stickers? That's the $1 million question. That's one of the big reasons why I don't want to quit a weekly planner, because I love my stickers and I love using my stickers, and I don't necessarily love them in my daily for a number of reasons. So that's a great question that I don't know the answer to yet. It's super hard for me. Heather, any news on when you'll be allowed to go back into the office or when the office will let you back in? So we got the update that we're definitely not opening until at least November 1st. It keeps just getting pushed back. And if we do open at all in 2020, it will be volunteer only. We've known that for a while though. As soon as Labor Day wasn't a thing anymore, we were told that any 2020 returns would all be volunteer only. And then we also took a survey this week that was like, how are you feeling about coming back to the office? And my answers didn't really change. It was like, how are you feeling about working from home? What do you like? What do you not like? What are you like? Makes you uncomfortable at coming to the office? And I've said this before, for me, it's the commute. I believe that my office could do all the right things and I could feel comfortable working. I mean, it would kind of stink to work with a mask because I'm not ready to be inside of a building without a mask yet. But like, I think we could do the safe things at work, but I don't want to get on the subway, and that's my biggest holdback. And then there was a new question in this survey that was like, if you could choose a part-time schedule, would it be 1 to 2 days, 3 to 4 days? Like, how many days would you want to work from home? And I was like, that I would sign up for, like long term. I would sign up for. Victoria, have you made any progress on decluttering? Yes. So I got bit by the cleaning bug last Thursday. It was super random. I was like just really excited to clean. And so I did the whole bathroom. Okay, our bathroom is like this big. So I did the bathroom. I did my nightstand and I did my like makeup section. And then I did my desk drawers, like the cabinet and the drawer in the desk. And then that's pretty much it. I did my clothes slightly when I did laundry when we got home from traveling. There wasn't a whole lot to do with clothes because I'd done such a good job at the beginning of the year. So there wasn't really a whole lot to do there. So it's coming. The big sections I have left I can like see is like the bottom of my closet. I don't know what's going on down there. All the memory keeping like ephemera and supplies, like something needs to happen there. And then above my kitchen cabinets, I don't know what's going on up there. Those are kind of the big areas left. And then the coffee table, whatever is in the coffee table. You know what's in there? DVDs. I don't need those. Those can go. Is there a point in your 2019 memory keeping catch up where you're going to be like F it and just start over? Jessica, no. I am committed to finishing 2019 and 2020, even if it takes me a long time. And I think what inspires me to do that is I'm a part of a lot of the Allie Edwards Facebook groups, the memory keeping Facebook groups, and they're working on stuff from like 2015. So like I'm not giving up. I think I made it to August of 2019. So I'm just over a year behind right now. But then I also did January and February of 2020, right? Like that's kind of what I've done. And I did December daily of 2019. So I am going to finish. I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to finish. I'm not as excited to do it right now because everything's all over the place and I just feel like I have a lot more important things to focus on. But I think I'm also working on a lot of systems and scheduling things to try and figure out a balance that works for me, that I think I will find pockets of time to get back into it, like getting whole weekends back where I could just spend a couple of hours on a Saturday working on it while Sam works. That is going to work well for me. So no, I'm not giving up. Allie, would you work at home permanently if you could? Not in this space. I would, I was going to work from home permanently, I would want to be I need like my own office. And I'm an extrovert. I do miss seeing my coworkers in person. So I truly think the perfect balance for me is that in between, like 2 to 3 days at home and 2 to 3 days in the office. But I think also being closer to the office will help with my desire to go back as well, shortening that commute because I've gotten so used to not having a commute time. Would you ever consider talking about how you manage your time at work, like how you make sure you get everything done during the day? Jenna, I would consider it. I need to really figure out how to do that without giving away what I'm actually working on. You know what I mean? Like I would have to really think about how to make that big enough so that it would be helpful for you, but also not giving away any information for my company. So I don't know. I have to think about that one. You're not the first person to request it though. Is it starting to feel like fall here in NYC? It seemed like in the Midwest It did. Heather, absolutely. It did over the weekend. Even on Sam's birthday, we went to Central Park and I wore jeans and a long, basically the same shirt I have on, just a different color. And I did get warm when I was sitting in the sun when the sun was out at like the peak time, but as long as I was in the shade, I was fine. And then when the sun went down, I was very thankful to have the clothes on that I did. So it definitely started to feel like fall this weekend, and it doesn't look like it's going back to being warm, which is really nice. It's really nice here right now. Mindy, I have not. A slob comes clean for decluttering. I have not. What is your favorite season and what do you like most about fall? That's a fun question. So my favorite season is probably spring, mostly just because I love my birthday and it's just like, I don't know. The weather is getting warm again and I like warm weather, so it's getting back to being warm. And it just feels kind of like a fresh start. But what I love about fall is football season and Halloween. I love Halloween. This year I don't love Halloween, but in normal years I love Halloween. Angie, nobody who does memory keeping is caught up. I appreciate you saying that. That makes me feel better. Definitely makes me feel better. Oh, you ordered your December daily yesterday. I'm also so excited. Although I had mine shipped to my mom's since we're going to be there starting in November. So it didn't make sense to have it shipped here and then pack it and take it with me to my mom's. So even if it gets shipped in October, I'm not going to get to it until November, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. Next question, Jill, will you be sharing December daily on your YouTube channel? Absolutely. I'm going to incorporate it into Vlogmas. I asked my patrons actually for their opinion on this, whether they would prefer the December daily stuff to be incorporated into the vlogs or potentially have a separate December daily video where it's like a compilation of a bunch of December daily days into one video that's separate from the vlogs. And that seemed to be the favorite. So let me know if you kind of agree with that, if anybody else feels any differently about December daily. But the majority vote in that group was that doing December daily outside of the vlogs would be better. I also think, and I don't know, because who knows what the mindset's going to be, right? But I think I might vlog more that way too, because sometimes I feel like the vlogs get too long, especially during December when I'm trying to vlog a lot. And so if I'm not including December daily in the vlogs, I probably will vlog more other stuff to have more content. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Lisa, I feel the same way about memory keeping. It needs to be like a 2 to 3 hour time chunk and to pull everything out and make the mess and do the whole thing. Yeah, I'm not good about doing it in short periods of time. Did you make a deal out of Halloween when I was younger? Yes, I love Halloween. I like when I was old enough, I would always like that would be my holiday. I wanted to have all the friends over to my house for Halloween. Like I wanted the party to be at my house. Because that was just, I don't know, it's just my favorite holiday. I think I just love dressing up and like, it's just fun. And I have a huge sweet tooth, so let's be real. Dressing up and candy, it's my kind of holiday. Ooh, Ruby, that's a great question. For your camera, what size SD card do you use and how frequently do you have to delete media for space? So I have two. I have a 32 gig and I have a 64. I was originally using the 64 a lot, but now that I'm trying to batch my videos and only have the vlog going on a normal basis, I've actually switched just to the 32. It doesn't really matter that I just ended up on the 32, and I just do it like the weekly vlog. I take it off and I clear it and then I start over again. I'll probably switch back to this and then I will use the 64 if I'm filming like a full day of videos. I probably will switch back to the 64 for Vlogmas. Hannah, not a question, but you have gorgeous skin. Thank you. Do you have tips for skincare? So, whenever somebody compliments me on my skin during a video, I want to be like, it's the camera and the lighting, and like, it's not that I have the best skin. I have makeup on, like you can't, like I don't have the greatest skin by itself. I have very oily prone skin. I tend to break out, and I have very large pores, but I have been using, I talked about it in my Q2 favorites video. I've been using these Clinique combo packs or whatever they're called. And so it's basically like a moisturizer and then it has a serum inside of the moisturizer and it all comes out at one time. And I think that that's been working well for me because then I only have to put on one product. Not one product, it's two products, but it's one pump and then one rub on my face. But I get the benefits of a serum and only having to do the step of a moisturizer. And so I think that that's been really helping my skin, to be honest with you. I think my skin's also getting better now that it's getting colder outside. That's just a fact of it. I don't really have any other major tips. I also haven't been wearing makeup as often as I was before. I think that that's helped a little bit. Not wearing makeup every single day. I only put makeup on to film, really, and when I'm going out, which is more recently now. We've started to go out to eat. But even then, if we're just going the two of us and we're going somewhere in the neighborhood, I don't feel the need to put on makeup. And so if I'm not wearing makeup all the time, that helps too, for sure. Portfolio. Rebecca, so funny that you asked about that. It will be on this week's blog that goes up on Friday. I revisit the Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner. Yes. Jenna, what was your favorite Halloween costume? Oh my goodness. That's a really, so okay, my favorite Halloween costume that I've ever seen in a picture of me, but I don't really have a memory of it, was I was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and my mom was Glinda, and she had this like elaborate, gorgeous costume, and I was like in this. My godmother had sewn me this Dorothy costume. I even had like a little basket with a fake Toto, and like that's my favorite Halloween costume. Like looking at it, my favorite Halloween costume that I actually like remember wearing was when I was Merida from Brave. It was the right after I got out of a long-term relationship. It was like the first year that I was single in a long time, and I had been like doing couples costumes for years, and so I got this long sleeve like dark green beautiful dress, and I got a bow and arrow, and I did my hair in like super tight curls. I drew freckles on my face, and like it was one of my favorite costumes. However, nobody knew what I was. Everybody at every party I went to that year thought I was Katniss. They like saw the bow and they were like, "You're Katniss," and I was like, "Nothing about this is Katniss." But that was like one of my all-time favorite costumes. Catherine, my favorite candy are Reese's. Basically anything with peanut butter in them, but like classic sized Reese's peanut butter cups. Haley, great question. Am I still doing Rent the Runway? I've recently been doing so much decluttering and want some new clothes. So, you know what's funny is I just re-signed up today because I have a photo shoot coming up and I want some clothes for that photo shoot. And it realized it was cheaper to just do 1 month of Rent the Runway and get 4 pieces than to go buy things that I'm not going to wear again in the future. Otherwise, I stopped using it back in January to save for the wedding. Truthfully, it was like one of the expenses that just got cut as we started to save for the wedding. I also originally was doing it because I wanted the option to go down sizes as I lost weight, and so I really wasn't, and I wasn't losing that much weight. And so I was like, you can't justify this right now when all your clothes fit. It was really supposed to be an in-between until I could go buy new clothes, and I wasn't doing that. I was ordering the same sizes again and again, so it like that defeated the purpose for me. But if you are leaving the house, if you're going somewhere, I highly recommend Rent the Runway Unlimited. They just so many things. Just you get so many clothes. It was great for work, and when I was going to special events to be able to pick like weddings, like we had a black tie wedding. Okay, try refreshing. We should be back. I was able to refresh. Ooh, now my phone is falling over. Oh goodness. Okay. You guys, are we ever gonna get this to work without like issues? Probably not. Okay. I'm gonna scroll down to the newer comments and just make sure that we're all good to go before I go back up to some of the questions that I missed. Okay. Lisa says welcome back. So it looks like hopefully we're all back. I thought being out here would help with this, but it seems to not be helping. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Do you use your YouTube lighting for work Zoom? Rebecca, I haven't because our work Zooms are super relaxed and chill, and I just don't feel the need to get the lights out. The couple of times that I've actually had to present for work, I was down in Texas, and so the lighting was pretty good down there. If I do ever have like to present while we're back here, I probably will. Oh my god, it's swirling again. You guys are good. guys, I apologize. And the fact that you stick through with me through this is just the best. You are the best. The best. Okay. Heather, I think I missed some news. Thoughts about next year's planner lineup? Nothing concrete yet. I definitely need my plum paper daily. I'm not quitting that. And my power sheets for sure. But to be determined on everything else. And if I even need a weekly is really kind of the question. Let's start off with 200 a month. Yeah, Rebecca, I'll find a picture of the Merida costume and share it. Gina, my favorite Disney movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. My very first email address ever growing up was Oogie Boogie. Like, that was my first email address when my parents let me pick an email address. It was just ridiculous. And, but I also really love The Parent Trap, which is technically a Disney movie, but my favorite animated Disney movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Brittany, this is a great question. How did you decide what you would do for your morning and evening routines, and any tips on how to pick something you'll stick with? So, a couple of things. I think in terms of picking something that you'll stick with, I would recommend adding one thing at a time. So you add one thing to whichever one it is, and you do that consistently, and once it's stuck, then it's, then you know that it works. And then figuring out whether it works for you is kind of just trial and error. There's things that I've tried that I don't keep as part of either of them. So I think you just have to try and add things to your morning and evening routines and see if they work for you. Now, there's a balance, obviously, between like your ability to be consistent and stick with that, as opposed to it's not something that's working for me. Because you kind of got to feel it out, right? Like, there are things that you'll do that you're like, oh, this is a good thing for me to do in the mornings or in the evenings, but I'm not as good about being consistent with it. But I know when I do it, I'm good. And then there's things that you'll realize, like, this isn't working for me, and like, it's probably not working because it's just not working. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I also, for the evening one in particular, playing around with the time that you do it. Your evening routine does not have to be a bedtime routine. It can happen way earlier in the evening if that works better for you. So I think just figuring out what other people are doing doesn't always mean that's the best thing for you. I actually just reread that section in The Lazy Genius this morning where she talks about morning routines in her book, and she's like, just because somebody else thinks that like this and this is the best part of their morning routine doesn't mean that it's the best part for me. So just something to keep in mind. Victoria, it wouldn't be any fun if it went perfect. No, it would. It would be just fine if it just went perfectly. It would be just fine. You just ordered your plum paper for the first half of the year the other night. Yeah, Ruby, I haven't ordered mine yet, my plum paper for January start yet, because I haven't decided what additional pages, if any, I'm going to keep in it. I might not do any. I wonder if that will get me a smaller coil, is what I'm kind of hoping, is that if I do just the daily pages, it won't be that big giant coil, but I don't think I'm guaranteed. They don't have anything. I looked the other day on their website about like, so if you go to the Golden Coils website, they have a section that says if you have this many pages, you're going to get this size coil. If you have this many pages, you're going to get this size coil. So like, what size coil you're going to get. So if you want the biggest coil, you can max out on the pages, but if you want the smallest coil, you know not to go over a certain number. And I wish Plum Paper did that. And I tried to get them to tell me in their chat, and they like didn't have any helpful answers. So bummer on that. Have I ever done monthly subscriptions and thoughts on them? Ava, I have. I was an avid subscriber to both the Design Pandemonium one and the Oh Hello Stationery one for a very long time. And basically what happened was I just ended up with way too many kits, and so I stopped them to just stop because I was just getting too many kits. I think that they can be super valuable if it is a kit that you will definitely use, like the style of kit works well for your planning style. Like I know that the Oh Hello Stationery kits work really well for my planning style because they have exactly the stickers that I need and not really too many extras. So those worked really well for me. Then I think it would be great. I don't actually know if either of those shops are doing monthly sticker subscriptions anymore, but I think it just depends on what you use. And if you're using a sticker kit every week and that's what comes in the monthly sticker subscription, then it's probably perfect for you. Tina, first off, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right because you have a second A. It's potentially, that's not how you pronounce it. So let me know if I'm mispronouncing your name. But the inside of the power sheets. So I also may have a set in my hands already, which I cannot share with you. But I love the inside of the new power sheets. I love them. I feel like everything that they did this year is like them reading my mind. Now, let's be real, they probably didn't read my mind. They probably watched the videos. And like I'm sure other people did it too. I'm sure I'm not the only one who did these kinds of things in their power sheets. But holy moly, you guys, if you have not seen it, they did a video, a Facebook Live, where they showed the insides of some of the power sheets. I'll link it below after the video, after the live. There are some things in there that I'm obsessed with. Obsessed with. The quarterly breakdowns of the goals, the way the monthly section works now, like, it's great. I'm really, really excited. Oh, I missed your question, Lisa. How was my first day of 100 Days of Brave? Well, given that I have read the first week of 100 Days to Brave, this is now my third time. It was great. And I actually, what's funny is when I was reading it, the 2 times that I have tried and failed, I was reading it in the evenings. I thought it was a good transition from like my day to my nighttime reading. And so I never really did the activity that she had on there to do because I was like, well, it's bedtime, so I'm not going to do that. And so now I'm actually going to try to do it because I'm going to read it in the morning. And so the one today was tell somebody that you're doing it, which I obviously already told everybody that I was doing it. But now I'm excited to actually do the action item. So it was good. You'll take a picture of your 2 next to each other. Okay, thanks, Lisa. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it'll have the bigger one or the smaller one. Jill, I do still get the Allie Edwards monthly kit. I haven't used any of them because I want to use them for my 2020 memory keeping, and I don't want to like tap into them yet, which is kind of a bummer because the whole purpose was kind of like to use it for that month and then have any extra stuff for later in the year or whatever. And then the other big bummer in my March one is at the office because that's when I was getting things shipped to the office because I wasn't here all the time, and it's still there. I haven't been able to go get it, so I feel like I missed the March one. And then, but I have all of them. I do still get it, and I just haven't used them, which is a bummer because they're beautiful kits. Do you find that your routines are harder to stick with and focus on when I'm home all the time? Allie, 1000%. My morning routine isn't bad because he is usually still asleep. He doesn't get up as early as I do. So I usually can get my morning routine in before he wakes up. It was much easier in Texas when we were on 2 different floors and I could just go downstairs and turn on all the lights. I can still turn on all. My dad just tried to call me. So that's that. Good job. Good job, Dad. Thanks. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, Sam being home. But I do feel like it is tough sometimes to go mess with my evening routine when we're like in the middle of watching TV or whatnot. I have to be like, hey, I'm gonna go do my evening routine now. So switch it a little bit this way. Okay. Okay, it is Tina. Okay, thanks. Oh, hello, Linda and Amy. Thanks for joining. No worries that you're late. It looks like I got all. Nope. I'm on top chat, not live chat, because when I refresh, that's what happens. I will tell Dad that you all say hi when I finally call him back after this. My dad doesn't usually call me at this time. He usually calls me when he's going to pick up my brother from gymnastics at 8 o'clock. So he calls me at like 7:45 his time, like 8:45 my time. Like if my dad calls me, that's when he calls me in the evenings. I don't know why he's calling me at 5:30 his time. That's very not my dad. All right, it looks like I am all caught up. Although I had it on top chat and not live chat, so if I missed your question, pop it again in the comments. What camera do you use for vlogs? I use the Canon G7X for all the videos, except for lives. I use my phone, but I use my camera, the Canon G7X. I love it. It's perfect for both vlogging and normal videos. It works well for me. Victoria, she's good. Yes, we went for a follow-up on Monday, and they said that she is like 95% of the way there, and that by the end of the week, she should be able to have her cone off. So she does still have her cone. She's in the bedroom right now hanging out with Sam. she's been loving like sleeping on his pillow during the day. That's like her new favorite spot, which is I don't know if it's because I've started to open the window. So her favorite spot used to be on my side of the bed, but like on the actual comforter leaning up against the pillows. But I started opening the windows this week when the weather got cool. And so that's like right in the space of where the wind comes from the window. And so I don't know if that's why she is now moved like on top of the pillows and on Sam's side of the bed. Super random, but that's where she's been all week while I've been working. Melissa, have I ever tried print pressions? Nope. I got one in person at a planner event once. I need a coil. I'm a coil girl through and through. I can't do bound. I can't do rings. I can't do strings. I can't do, what's the one I'm forgetting? Discs. I can't. I need a coil. And so it just never worked for me. He may have a coil now. Maybe? He didn't before. But I may have a coil. Oh, they do have a coil now. Okay. So, no, I haven't. Since he's gotten a coil. I have not. So many planners, you guys. So many planners, so little plans. I feel like that's the headline for 2020. So many planners and so little plans, you guys. What is this world that we live in? It's crazy. Kate, are you able to connect your AirPods to the camera directly? I know that you often have your AirPods in when you vlog. No, if I have my AirPods in when I vlog, it's because I forgot to take them out because I just forget that they're there. Like I literally forget that they're in my ears. They just like I don't know. They work so well for me. I forget that they're there. So if I vlog with them, that's not my. I apologize. I wonder if the sound is off or if there's something weird about it when I keep them in. But it's an accident. Usually I don't have them connected to my camera. Heather, I have done the iOS update and I've reconfigured my home screen. I actually just talked about that in this week's weekly vlog that I'm filming right now. Before this, I talked about what I've changed to my home screen. I'll be honest, I didn't change that much. Like I didn't change my folders and where everything was sorted app-wise. I still need all my apps in my folders, but I did add a couple of the big widgets. I didn't add any like personalized ones. I just added some of the ones that Apple offers and move some stuff around because of that. So nothing too fancy compared to everybody else's fancy updates. I'm not doing the shortcut thing. That just seems like a lot of work. I'm trying to spend less time on my phone. I feel like if I make it look all pretty, I'm going to want to spend more time on it. So I did some things, but not a lot. No, the sound is totally fine. I found a magical way. No, Kate, no magical way to connect my AirPods. I can't even get my AirPods to connect to my computer, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. But I don't know what it is. I made a list the other day of all the planners I bought to use in 2020, and it was 14. Oh my goodness, Ruby. Jill, is there any reason in particular you stopped memory keeping after February? Because my March Allie Edwards kit is at the office. I know that is a dumb reason. And then it was that we went to Texas and I didn't want to take any of my stuff with me. But really the first part was that my March memory kit is at the office. So what I really should do is say, screw you, March memory kit, and like start with March, just do March, or just skip it and do April and then come back to it. But like honestly, that was the reason. It's a dumb reason, I know. And the first time I'm going to get back into it is December daily, I think. Because now I just don't really feel like I have time until December. So... Allie, I have never tried Bloom planners except for the one that I got at Go Wild one year, which I ended up giving away. I do actually have a Bloom planner on its way to me for a video that I'm working on. So, coming soon. Do you know what the major minors are for October? Haley, all I know is what you know, which is that the major professor is Amy Tangerine. I don't actually know what her topic is, but if you follow Amy Tangerine, it's probably crafty of some kind of crafting. I don't know what minor is though. I might know who it is. I can't remember if Jeanette told me if that's October or November's person. So it might not be until November. Either way, I'm not 100% sure. Are you taking us along with your decluttering journey? Yes, Alyssa. It'll be in this week's. You'll see what I've done so far in this week's weekly vlog that goes up on Friday. What's the name of the app that I'm using for planning my morning? It's called, for iOS, for iPhone users, it's called Routine Meister, Meister. If you are on an Android or a Google phone, it's Routinery, right? Not routinely. I think I always say routinely, but it's actually Routinery with an R. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Natasha, I will be filming December Daily this year. I had a lot of requests for it, so I definitely plan to do. Allie, yeah, Plan with Lord did a review, and they also have a lot of planners. Loom Planners has a lot of planners and a lot of options, so that's tough too. It's just, you know, all the different planner options. There was another planner company I was looking at recently too. I was like, God, they have so many options. Like, how? It's one thing to like pick a company, and then you gotta pick the planner within the company, and it's just a lot. There's a lot of options. Oh, thank you, Amy. That's very sweet. Jessica, yes, we're doing lattes on Wednesdays since I'm not doing Plan With Me's right now. Yep, that's exactly why we moved to Wednesdays. It's also kind of nice. Tuesdays are also kind of like, I feel like one of those crazy days at work where like everybody finally got it together from Monday, and it was always kind of a rush for me between like work and getting everything set up. Wednesdays just seem to have been working better for me in that regards. So I kind of like them on Wednesdays. Although what I don't like is now that I have to pull out the lights. So right when we first started, we were doing them at noon, and so I could use the light from the window, and it was beautiful. And then we went to Texas, and the light down there was still beautiful, even when we switched to the evening. And now here in the evening in New York, it's just not, the lighting is not great, so I'm gonna have to keep pulling out the light. And then I realized the same thing in Chicago. When we did our one live in Chicago, it was still really light outside, and I just used the window. But my mom just the other day was like, man, I'm not looking forward to when it starts getting dark at like 4. And I was like, dang it. That means I'm gonna have to pull out the light for this, but it's fine. It is what it is. Oh no, Claire, it was giving you too much stress. That's a bummer. No, Jessica, you're not losing it. We moved it to Wednesdays a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we're on Wednesdays now. Irma, I have the same issue where I am much better at my morning routine than I am at my evening routine. And my big tip there that might work for you, two tips. One, shrink it down. My evening routine is like 4 things. It's like brush and floss my teeth, put on some moisturizer, plan for the next day, and like lay out my clothes for tomorrow. Like it's very, very simple. The other piece is I try to do it as early as possible because I know if I wait until right before bed, I'm going to be exhausted and it's not going to happen. So what I try to do is we have dinner together, and then Sam, one of the things that he's responsible for is the dishes, like that. It doesn't matter who cooks or whatever, like Sam does the dishes. So while he is doing the dishes after dinner, I do my evening routine. And that, it doesn't matter if it's 7 p.m. Like I am going to brush my teeth and floss and plan on my planner and lay out my clothes and do all those things while I still have a lot more energy because, if I do it right before I go to bed, I'm not going to have the energy to do that. So hopefully one or both of those tips helps you with that because that's a big struggle for me too. Routinery. Okay, thanks, Allie. Jill, I have the Best Today guide. I used it consistently in the summer. I was pretty good about it. I do like it. I feel like I have way too many things in the morning that I write it. I like the evening steps way better than the morning steps. For me personally, I like getting things out of my head. I also, when I'm good, I like having it on my nightstand. That way, when I have already put my phone on the charger over here and I'm in bed over there, if I think of something, I have a piece of paper there that I can write down on. So I'm much more about the nighttime steps than the morning time steps because I just also feel like I have too many journals in the morning. But I do like it. I do recommend it. If you don't have a million other morning routine journaling things, I think it's a really great product. I also really, really love Shantae. I think she is fantastic and I love supporting her. Jennifer, yes and no. He is not routine oriented, that's for sure. He is definitely goal oriented. He's not necessarily as good about like writing them all down, but it's not the same. He's not quite as type A as I am. Just like I'm not near as extroverted as he is. Amy, I don't usually watch Hallmark Christmas movies. I will watch them. I don't know if we'll do it this year, but like my small group of friends, really my sorority sisters that live here in New York, we will get together once a year and watch a bunch of them, and we do like a Hallmark Christmas movie bingo, and like get together and drink and hang out. And that's the one time that I will watch a handful of them with them, but I don't usually watch them on my own because especially the past couple of years doing Vlogmas, and then adding December Daily on top of that, like I have very limited free time during December, and when I do have it, I have a ton of other Christmas movies that I love to watch that I will just watch first, and I never get to the Hallmark ones. So not because I don't like them, I just don't ever make time for them in December. How did I get him to do the dishes? I want to see how it works on my husband. Victoria, it wasn't like something specific. It was just like when it comes to splitting up the household chores, there's just certain things that I don't like and certain things that he doesn't like. And so it was a give and take. And that was like it's one of the things that he took in exchange. Like there's things that I do that he doesn't do. So it was just like a split up of chores. And that was one of the ones that he ended up with. Was the dishes. Yeah, Allie, I'm the same way. It pretty much needs to happen right after dinner for me too. See, Gina, he does the trash too. That's also on his list. I don't do the trash. Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. He doesn't mind them, and I hate them. So that's just one of the things. And then like laundry, he doesn't necessarily hate it, but I don't trust him to do my clothes, so I do all the laundry. And just give and take. Any other last minute questions? Hi, Papa. But this will be good because then you'll be able to. Oh, Jill, the last week we just did, week 19, highly recommend. Oh my gosh, the prep was so easy and the food was delicious. Week 19, probably my favorite week so far. I forget which week I picked. I'm jumping around now, but I forget which week I picked for this week. But week 19 was fantastic. Fantastic. All right, y'all. It is almost 6:45, so I need to get to my dinner. By the way, just fun fact, we have now moved Taco Tuesday to Taco Wednesday because tacos are one of those super, super easy recipes that takes like 10 minutes to cook because all it is warming up ground beef. I had a can of corn and a can of beans, and like that's our tacos. And so it takes like 5-10 minutes to cook, heating up some tortillas. And so I have moved that from Tuesdays to Wednesdays because it works well after Lattes with Lake Ann. Now it is 6:45. I can go get dinner done in 10 minutes, and then we'll eat dinner at 7. So one random fact for you. Bless the inventor of the taco. Absolutely. I will tell you all the best weeks. That one is definitely up top of my list, and there's one other I can't remember right now that's also really good. But let me know down in the comments, what is one thing you're doing this week to work on your goals? Next week is September 30th. So it's basically October, this time next week. So can you find a couple minutes this week to maybe think about your Q4 goals? Do you have a few minutes to think, what are some, even like one thing, what is one thing you really would love to focus on in Q4? Let me know down in the comments. Oh, Crystal, absolutely. All the videos for the 2020 Power Sheets are coming. I'm doing a 2020 flip through, I'm doing a tips video, and I'm doing a comparison with the Moxie Life. Questions you should ask yourself if you can't pick between the two. It's all coming. It's all coming. Joanna, you have a lot of goals for next corner. 15-minute walk as a morning break. That's a great one, Lisa. 100-day goals, getting up with the alarm. I love all these 100-day goals. We've got this, you guys. 100 days. We can do it for 100 days. Leave work on time. Ooh, that's a good one, Jessica. Ooh, I love that, Ruby. Recharge, reflect, and reset. Oh, yoga certification. Irma, that's awesome. That's an awesome one. You guys have some awesome goals. I'm really excited for all of the things to come. We have a lot of awesome things coming in October. A lot of fun things. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of products launching, and there's a lot of just exciting things going on, and I'm excited to share it all with you and to hopefully help you not only set yourself up for 2021, but finish out 2020 on a really positive note. This year has been really crazy, and I think that we all need a little bit of like that positivity to finish off the year. So thanks for jumping to it for me, Jessica. Please hit the like button before you head out and give this video a thumbs up. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this was valuable, and I will see you all very soon. Happy planning.